Hello everyone, I welcome you all to ATM Creations. This is a 12-inch MDF board in which I drew circles and created grids. I'm going to use three colors in this dot mandala. Let's get started. I'll start with dotting in the center in white. In the next circle I'm going to dot with grey. I'll keep tiny dots in grey now. In this circle, I must have either chosen a smaller tool so that I would have adjusted the gap, or I must have been conscious about the space right from the beginning. So in either of the case, I could have avoided this extra space here. Now I'm going to dot with golden yellow. Now I'll keep tiny dots in yellow. Now I'll keep some grey dots. I'll keep some yellow dots now. I'll keep some white dots now. Now I'll walk the dots in white. So now this is a small dot and the amount of space that I have to walk the dots is also less. So what you need to do is choose an appropriate tool and dip only the tip of the tool into the paint, not the entire tool. Now I'll walk the dots in yellow. I'm going to keep straight swipes in grey. I'll keep a dot, then make it to a swipe. I'm going to make these dots into a swipe now. Now I'm going to keep some white dots. Now I'll keep tiny dots in white. I'm going to keep some grey dots now. Now I'm going to keep tiny dots in grey. I'll keep some yellow dots now. Now I'll keep tiny yellow dots. Now I'll keep some grey dots. Now I'll keep some white dots. Now I'll keep some yellow dots. Now I'll keep some grey dots. Now I'll keep some more white dots. Now I'll walk the dots in white. Now I'll work the dots in grey. I'll work the dots in white now. I'll work the dots in yellow now. I'll keep straight swipes in yellow. I'll keep a dot, then make it to a swipe. Now I'll drag these dots into swipes. I'm going to work the dots in white as side swipes. I'm sure this dot mandala came out really well. Thank you for watching this video. Hello everyone, I welcome you all to ATM Creations. Here is a 12-inch MDF base in which I'm going to create a dot mandala definitely. I already found the center, drew circles and created grids. Let's get started right away. I'll start with dotting in the center in white. Now I'm going to dot with grey. Now I'll keep tiny dots in grey. Now I'll dot in blue. Now I'll keep tiny dots in blue. Now I'll keep straight swipes in grey. I'll keep a plumpy dot, then drag it to a swipe. I'll drag these dots into swipes now. Now I'll keep side swipes in white. Now I'll drag these dots into swipes. I'll keep some grey dots now. Now I'll keep straight swipes in blue. I'll keep a dot, then drag it to a swipe. Now I'll drag these dots into swipes. Now I'll keep straight swipes in white, but in a reverse way in between any two blue swipes here. Now I'll make these dots into swipes. I'll keep some grey dots now. Now I'll keep two dots in white. I will work the dots in white now. Now I'll keep some blue dots. Now I'll keep some grey dots. Now I'll work the dots in grey. Now I'll top dot the center white dot with blue. Now I'll top dot these grey dots with blue as well. Now I'll work the dots in blue. Now I'll work the dots again in blue. Now I'll keep straight swipes in blue. I'll keep plumpy dot and make it to a swipe. I'll drag these dots into swipes now. Now I'll keep side swipes in white. I'll keep a dot, then make it to a swipe. Now I'll drag these dots into swipes. I'm sure this dot mandala came out really well. Thank you for watching this video. Hello everyone. Welcome you all to ATM Creations. This is a 12-inch MDF board in which I found the center, drew circles, created grids. Let's get started with dotting. I'll start with dotting in the center in white. Now I'm going to use this tool to adjust this dot to fill the entire circle. Now I'll keep some grey dots. Now I'll keep tiny dots in grey. Now I'll keep parrot green dots. Now I'll keep tiny green dots. Now I'll keep some white dots. I'll keep some green dots now. Now I'll keep some grey dots. Now I'll work the dots in grey. Now I'll work the dots in green. Now I'll keep straight swipes in white. I'll keep a dot, then drag it to a swipe. Now I'll make these dots into swipes. See, when I make a dot into a swipe, I choose a tool which has the tiniest ball in it. So that gives a lot of control over the shape of the swipe. Now I'll keep some white dots. Now I'll work the dots in white. I'll keep some grey dots now. I'll keep some green dots too. Now I'll work the dots in grey. Now I'll work the dots in parrot green. Now I'll keep straight swipes in grey. I'll keep a dot, then make it to a swipe. I'll make these dots into swipes now. Now I'll keep 2 side swipes in white. I'll keep some white dots now. I'll keep some grey dots now. I'll keep some green dots now. Now I'll work the dots in grey. I'll work the dots only one side. Now I'll work the dots in green. Now I'll top dot the bigger white dots with green. I'm sure this simple dot mandala came out really well. Thank you for watching this video. Hello everyone, I welcome you all to ATM Creations. This is a 12-inch MDF base in which I drew circles and created grids as however I planned the dot mandala for. Let's get started with dotting. I'll dot in the center first with grey. I'll keep tiny dots in grey now. Now I'll dot in red. Now I'll keep tiny red dots. Now I'll keep straight swipes in grey. I'll keep a dot, then drag it to a swipe. Now I'll make these dots into swipes. Now I'll keep 2 dots in red. I'll work the dots in red now. I'll work the dots again in red. I'll keep grey dots now. Now I'll keep straight swipes in red. In between any two red swipe, I'm going to keep a grey color swipe. I'll keep some grey dots now. I'll keep some more grey dots. Now I'll keep some red dots. I'll keep some more red dots. Now I'll work the dots in red. I'll work the dots again in red. Now I'll walk the dots in grey. Now I'll keep some red dots. Now I'll keep straight swipes in grey. I'll keep a dot and then make it to a swipe. I'll make these grey dots into swipes now. I'll keep two side swipes in red. I'll keep a dot, then make it to a swipe. Now I'll make these red dots into swipes. I'm sure this dot mandala came out really well. Thank you for watching this video.